Going to do a booktube newbie tag. I'm just going to get right to it. So the first question that I've been seeing on booktube newbie tag is, why are you doing a booktube channel? And I wanted to do something that I absolutely love and something that I'm going to do anyway, regardless if I was on YouTube or not. So one of the best ways I think to connect with somebody is through something that you love. And it's not about like, well, I'm trying to do something, I want to make this work. No, this is something that I would do if I was the only person on the planet. This is something that I've been doing since I developed a love for books. Oh, I think it goes way back to 2003. This is something that I do day in and day out. All I know is I love books, just like the other booktubers. Whether it is the physical copy of a book that I picked this one up yesterday at Target, 20% off. Or on my Kindle, I'm reading books on my phone, and I love my Audible membership where I am listening to audiobooks. Now, a little bit about me and my background. Shira Nicole, some people know me as just Shira. Most of my social medias, I am Mrs. Shira Nicole or just Shira Nicole. I am the host of the Self-Love Experience podcast. So what makes your booktube channel different than other booktube channels? Or what will you be bringing to the booktube community that may not be the norm or may not be what you see? One of the things that I want to do is not spend all my time in this room. This is what I call my vibration room, and I'm definitely going to do a video to give you the tour of this room. This room is absolutely amazing, amazing location, but I want to make sure that when I do my booktube that I'm not always in the same location. So I just moved into a beautiful new home, so I will be in different rooms in my home. I also moved to a great neighborhood. I will be in different locations throughout that neighborhood, bringing you a different experience as I do a different video. What do you do for a living? And what were you doing before booktube? Well, I am an English teacher. Sometimes it's still weird for me to say, but I am an English teacher. I teach high school English. Right now, and for the last, 5, 6 years, I've been living in like 11th grade, but I've taught all grades from 6th to 12th grade. I also teach theater, and I've taught video production, life skills. Now, this is the trick. Just because I'm an English teacher, I didn't become an English teacher because I love books. I became an English teacher because I love plays and I love drama and I love theater. But I discovered these type of books later, and that is what made me really, really fall in love with books. I mean, Shakespeare and everything, all that is cool, and I enjoy teaching it and discuss it. But definitely going out the gate, most of my books that I'm going to talk about will be nonfiction. Not 100%, but definitely most of them. So that's what I do. What do you think about YouTube? So this is the thing I think about YouTube or booktube. One, I'm not new to YouTube. Being on YouTube a few years taught me a lot of stuff. Definitely let me know where my place would be. The thing is that we're not necessarily the same person that we were 2 years ago or 3 years ago that we are now. I know I'm not. I know I definitely have evolved, I feel. Let's see, how would my dad put it? My dad says that I've grown for the better. I can agree with that, but I'm just in a different place. And anytime that you choose to do YouTube, what's going on with my hair? So anytime that you choose to do YouTube, it's a lot of work, and people think it's easy. It's not. So if you're going to do it, you should do it based on something that you absolutely love. And so this is free advice here. You want to do something you love. You want to do something where if no one ever watches you and you don't even get a view, it does not matter because you love what you're doing. Now, obviously, I love connecting with people, and if we can share a commonality, a love for a certain book, or if you're interested in a particular book and want to get my opinion about it or review about it, or feel, hey, maybe I need to check with someone before I invest my money and my time into reading that book, then I'm here. We can talk about it. You can recommend books within the genre or category that I would normally do. And hey, I like building a community, and I like the interaction that YouTube gives. Now, I do have a podcast called The Self-Love Experience that is on Apple, Spotify, Google Plus, any of the popular podcast streaming services. But I don't get the interaction with the podcast as I feel that you get from YouTube and what I have gotten from YouTube in the past. One of the questions is like, what book or series got you into reading? And, again, I'm an English teacher. I went to college to read. I read for a living, but I want to say that what got me into the type of books that I'm going to cover here, definitely, I want to go back to all the way to like 2003. I was in a low place, a dark place in my life. I had just moved to California, maybe a year prior from Indiana, from Gary, Indiana. So I moved to California, to LA, and then I had my mom at the time. She was sick. She had dementia. She was young. She was young, but had dementia and some other mental health issues. And I was her caregiver, and I'm married, and I'm starting, teaching in California, and there's just so much stuff that was going on. Had an acting career, trying to like juggle all this stuff, and life can weigh you down and get you down. And I would say that it was going to a Barnes and Noble one day and discovering Joyce Meyer and Joyce Meyer books is where I probably started along this path, and then just kind of like, expanded, and evolved. But that doesn't mean I won't pick up a Joyce Meyer book. One of her books here, which I think I may have picked up maybe a month or two ago. All right. So it's not that I won't still read Joyce Meyer. I read books like this and this and this and this. Yes, this. Sure do. That's what happened. It pulled me out of a dark spot. It was very inspiring for me. And that's what I want to do. I want to share my morning studies, my evening studies, my midday studies, or my insights that I'm doing with the book with those like-minded people who enjoy this type of book and want to be involved in the conversation, share your comments, share your thoughts, your insights. So I definitely want this to be a community for us all to come that enjoy this type of stuff.